Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where this time we're going to be taking a look at Ralph McQuarrie. For those of you who do not know who Ralph McQuarrie is, he was the original concept artist for the Star Wars movies. George Lucas brought him in to bring his ideas to life, and I think it's safe to say that Star Wars would not be what it is today without this man's contributions. So, to honor him, we're going to take a look at some of his work, kind of see how things changed from the concept to the finished design, and let's have a good time with it. So, starting off, we have some of the original cast here, obviously very different, with the design of C3PO, Chewbacca. Although the design for Chewbacca would later be kind of repurposed into Zeb in Rebels, so that design did not go to waste. Here we have the Battle of Hoth. We've got the AT-AT. We've got Luke and the Snowspeeder crashed into the ice. Not too many changes here from the finished product. There are a little bit of differences with the AT-AT, but as far as capturing the essence of the Battle of Hoth, I think this is a perfect template for that. You know, that feeling of hopelessness as you're crashed in the snow and then AT-AT is approaching you from getting closer and closer. Something there's something like a feeling of dread about it, and I think it was a good job. Here we have the Imperial probe droid from also from Hoth. Not too much of a difference from the original design. I will say I do love the backdrop, the Hoth sky with it being kind of so overcast and cloudy that the sun is like having a hard time coming through. It's very different than the blue skies we got in the finished product, but overall, I think it's solid. Here we have some Tusken Raiders and a Bantha. Again, not too much of a change here to the original design. The Bantha does look a little bit thinner in a way. Not as like huge a bulky looking of an animal. The Tuscan's mask is a little more compacted and close together, but again, I think it captures the essence of the Tuscan Raiders, matching what we got. This is one of my favorite designs. These were spider alien creatures that were meant to be on Dagobah, and they are still referenced in a lot of the outside material, although we don't see them in the movies. I love that this design was repurposed and brought back in The Mandalorian Season 3. Uh, Definitely nightmare fuel, the idea of these spider creatures and like a dark cave, swampy planet, or anywhere really. One of the coolest designs, in my opinion. Here we have Luke confronting Jabba at the Jabba's palace. Again, this one looks very close to what we got as the finished product. You got Jabba, you got Salacious Crumb, you can see Bib Fortuna there, Luke Skywalker, some of the dancers and patrons of the sail barge. So this one was probably drawn pretty late into production when they kind of knew what they wanted to do. So, and here we have the droids, the famous shot of the droids on Tatooine having just crash landed C3PO and R2D2. Very different from the finished designs. I do think these are more these feel like more of what a robot would be thought of back in the 70s, kind of based on other properties. And I think they got a little more unique in the finished product. Here's some concept designs for stormtroopers. These are interesting. The stormtrooper really seemed to go through a lot of iterations until we got to the finished product. The whole idea of being, a white suited, basically trooper, was kind of in there from the beginning, but a lot more refined in the finished product. But I do love these original designs here. Here we have Luke crashed his X-Wing on Dagobah. Nothing too crazy here that differs greatly from the scenes we got in the film. Again, I think Ralph McQuarrie really enjoyed drawing the Dagobah stuff and kind of building that world. It is one of the most mysterious, fascinating planets we have in the universe, so I think all of the material surrounding that has a bit of intrigue to it with the trees and the mist and the swamps. We have another shot of the concept for the stormtroopers. This appears to be a confrontation between the troopers and the group of heroes. In the early designs, the stormtroopers did have lightsabers or some form of laser sword or baton. That was something that was scrapped later on, is that they were kind of just made into simple soldiers carrying blasters, but would have been cool to see. And here we have a duel between Darth Vader and the character that would later become Luke Skywalker. At the time of this concept art, the character was known as Starkiller, a name that would later be reused in the Force Unleashed games. And one of the interesting things here is how Vader has the blue lightsaber. I think the colors kind of coordinating with allegiance to the Force wasn't something that was really thought of early on. I think that came later in development. But really cool. Again, it's iconic scene. The original design for Vader would have been, I think, just as cool as the one we got. I mean, the one we have is iconic because it's what we're used to seeing, but I don't think the original design for Vader was all that crazy either. I think it works. So yeah, but that's gonna be all we got this time. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more of Ralph McQuarrie's work. We could talk about it. Share your thoughts and opinions about your favorite piece of artwork that he's done, and what do you think he means to Star Wars as a whole. So, as always, I appreciate you watching. Hit that subscribe button, helps us out a lot. We got great content coming forward. And as always, may the force be with you. Now let's blow up the like button and go home.